Hi everybody, I am going to walk you through how to access Achieve 3000, what to do when you get on Achieve 3000, and how to highlight when you're reading an article on Achieve 3000. So I'm going to start off by opening up Google Chrome so that I can get on the internet, and then my browser opens up. From there, I'm going to go to the HIZ Hub because that's where everything is that I need. I'll click on the hub, come on over to sign in. And then Achieve 3000 is a digital resource, so I'm going to click on digital resources. And then out of all of the icons and resources I have, I'm going to come down to Achieve 3000. It looks like this. There's a student doing like a cartwheel, jumping for joy. From there, I have my classes come up, and I'm going to choose reading elective and the grade that I'm in and log in. And now my screen is going to look different from yours, but you will find a similar button up here at the top. When you click on that button, you are going to get something different from this. You're going to have to find where it says My Lessons. So I'm going to have to search for mine, just because mine is a little different from yours. And the lesson that I'm going to click through is related to social media, and it is right here, Google Gets Social. So as I come to a lesson, this is where you would find a lesson. You start off with the before reading poll, and it asks you a question. You answer and explain why. So I'll do mine as an example. My before reading poll says, do you think Google Plus will ever pose any real threat to Facebook? If you don't have enough information, just skip this poll. You can answer the after reading poll later. So I actually have an opinion on this. I'm going to answer no, and then I need to write out my answer, why I voted the way I did. So I don't think Google Plus poses a threat to Facebook, and I will say I don't think Google Plus threatens Facebook because, and I'm going to use what I know just from the past and think that Facebook has had way more users and features. So that's my explanation for my answer there, right? So I am going to come on down here, submit, because that is how I turn in my work there. Okay. And then I move on to the article. Now here's the tool that we're learning how to use now. As you're reading, you will see that you have 3 different highlighters here. These are meant to help you find what is most important, what is something new that you learned, or some valuable information that you just came across. Excuse me. So I'm going to do some examples now to show you how to use the highlighter tool. That way, when you're reading an article on Achieve 3000, you'll know how to use the highlighter. So I have here, New York, New York, November 15, 2011. Online search leader Google Inc. is taking another stab at social networking as it attempts to challenge Facebook in this widely popular segment of the internet. The new site called Google Plus aims to make online sharing more like real life. So there's already something there that pops out. I'm gonna highlight this stab at social networking. And I'm gonna click highlight because that stands out to me. Now the reason that stands out is because now I know that this website may affect other websites on the internet, and that's something new that I just learned. Another one, sharing more like real life. And I'm going to highlight that one because that tells me whatever is being shared on Google Inc., on this website, on Google Plus, is going to feel like real life. So that lets me know how this website is going to feel. Okay, I'll do some more. Google dominates the world of internet searching with 2/3 of the US market. The internet search giant unveiled Google Plus to a selected audience in June 2011 and has since opened the site to everyone. So this stands out here, open the site to everyone, and I'm highlighting this, because that lets me know that this is going to be available to a lot of people. This is going to be something that many people can easily find. So I'm thinking it might be pretty popular. Okay? The new social networking site is similar to Facebook, allowing users to post notes and photos. So I just learned something else here. Similar to Facebook. And I'm highlighting that because that gives me an idea of what this may look like, right? You may be able to share certain things like you do on Facebook. Okay. Vic Gundotra is Senior Vice President of Engineering at Google. Gundotra said that the service is a step up in the world of social networking. So this phrase catches my attention, step up, because that tells me that this website may possibly be better than what's already available. So I want to highlight this because that tells me it may be a little better. Other social networking tools, Gondora said, make selective sharing within small groups difficult because they call so many acquaintances friends. They don't easily enough allow for the smaller groups that people are accustomed to and online communication. So all of that there tells me that Google Plus is dealing with smaller groups. It wants people to be able to share to small groups. So I'm going to highlight that because that lets me know this is a big part of this type of website. Okay, I'll do one more paragraph. We think people communicate in very rich ways, said Gundotra. The other online tools we have to choose from give us very rigid services. So my last thing I'm going to highlight here is this entire quotation. I'm going to highlight there because that tells me that the vice president from Google Plus, from the vice president of engineering at Google, thinks that these other websites are very difficult to use, right? And that stands out. So if I think back on what I've highlighted, I'm not highlighting everything. I'm only highlighting what pops out the most that helps me understand something new about what I'm reading, right? So if I scroll on through, there are more paragraphs, but now, there's quite a bit more there. But I am going to actually click on next to my activity, which gives me a couple of questions about the story. Okay. And so as I'm reading, as I'm doing the activity, I can actually click back to the article to see what I highlighted and what I just read. And that helps me get the questions right for the activity. Okay. And now my last thing after reading poll, now that you have read the article, indicate whether you agree or disagree with this statement. Do you think Google Plus will ever pose any real threat to Facebook? Actually, now I'm going to say yes. And I'm saying yes because of what I just read. Explain why you voted the way you did. Then read and respond to what others have to say. So my answer here is, I now feel that Google Plus may threaten Facebook because of how popular this website may easily become. And I want to think back to what did I read in the story? Google is already widely used, so it may be easy for users, typo there, for users to quickly find this website. And now that I have changed my opinion, I'm going to come on down and hit submit. And the cool thing about this is it will actually show you what other people have posted. So if anybody else puts their response, they will be able to see mine, and then we can actually see what different people were thinking about it, right? Okay, so I'm going to stop there because we've covered the before reading poll, which I originally said no. We covered the article and how to highlight, which you saw there. I highlighted what was most important. The activity, we covered how to do it. You come down and you answer the questions. It gives you a few questions about the story, multiple choice. And the after reading poll, where now that you've read the article, maybe your opinion has changed quite a bit, like mine did. So again, Achieve 3000 is a good way to find readings that are at your level. The article I just read, I believe, was at the college level, so that's why mine was a little higher than what most people's may be. But the steps through Achieve 3000 are very similar. They're very much the same throughout whatever article you choose to work on. So now that you have become familiar with this website, go ahead and go to the hub, to your digital resources, and find your way to Achieve 3000.